Hi guys, I'm Jujimufu. This video is going to appeal to people outside of my subscriber base and fitness. So if you don't know my background, I've been posting fitness content on the internet for the past 20 years. That includes both videos and written content. I'm the owner of two fitness businesses, gripgenie.com and jujimufu.com. Jujimufu.com is where almost the entirety of my income comes from. I sell training programs of both digital and hard format, functional apparel, and smelling salts. The income generated from that business is also what provided me the opportunity to quit my day job and afford the greatest home gym in the world. So the formula for quitting your day job to make a living doing what you like to do. Are you ready for it? Step 1. Try things. So between the ages of 8 and 13, I played video games most of the time, but I also did roller hockey and fishing. It wasn't until I turned 13 years old and took a martial arts class that I found what I really liked to do, which was physical training. And I liked doing that more than those other things. So I've been doing that since then. Step 2. Network with others who do that thing you like to do. So back when I was 13, there was no major social media platforms. There were just forums. So I used to post on forums to connect with other people that did the thing that I like to do. And when I was 16, I opened my own website and my own web forum community to take the connection to a higher level. When you're connected with others who do the thing that you like to do, you're gonna try harder, it's gonna push you, and you're gonna get even better at it, which leads me to step 3. Get good at the thing that you like to do, because if you're not good at it, you will not be able to make a living doing it.
Cheer up, son bro. That's an easy fix. Just get good.
Oh, come on. Now we move on to step 4. Do not work a job you hate, and do not expect to find a job that you love. A better approach is to set your standards somewhere in the middle. Your goal, if you want to quit your day job and do that thing that you like to do, is to find a job that is merely okay. And by okay, I mean mostly easy, probably annoying sometimes, but nothing that you dread. Because if you dread your job, that's a warning sign. If you work a job you hate and dread, you can try to adapt, but if you can't, then you just gotta quit and find a job that doesn't get in the way of doing the things that you like to do. Because if your job is getting in the way of doing the things that you like to do, you won't be able to get good enough at it to make a living doing it. Do not let people scare or pressure or bully you into keeping a job you hate. Just look for something else. The short and medium term hit that you'll take in pay will free up resources to get better at that thing you like to do so you can eventually monetize it, which is step 5. Monetize a thing that you like to do while you still have your okay job, which is what I did. I started monetizing my training life 18 months before I finally quit my day job. Basically, I registered a business entity and began selling things online. I was able to do this because I found a job that I didn't hate. The job was okay, it was pretty boring, but it didn't get in the way of me doing the thing that I like to do. And then when I was able to monetize the thing that I like to do, which is training, I was able to generate a dual income. The dual income also renewed my sense of purpose with my day job. It wasn't about merely surviving and buying shit online at night when I was bored. My day job's purpose now was to fund my new business in its early stages. You know what? This is not a bad stopping point for most people. If you're okay with your day job and you're able to do what you like and even make some money off of it because the day job you got is one that is lower stress and has some cool perks, then yeah, man, like congratulations. This is a great stopping point for most people. I was happy there. It's a happy place to be. It's not a bad thing to work a boring or passable job if you can still do the thing that you like to do and even make some money off of it. And there are a lot of advantages to this setup because the diversification hedges you against risk and it allows you to take a break from the thing that you like doing if you don't want to do as much of it. You still got your day job as a fallback and as a healthy distraction from your passion, the thing that you like doing most. You know, you might reach a point like I did, a very special inflection point in your dual career setup. It got to the point for me where my side hustle or my side fitness business was making so much more money than my day job that I was actually losing a great deal of money by continuing to work my day job. But I didn't know this until I did step 6. Step 6, you need to do some very detailed financial analysis. I need to do like a super budget spreadsheet thing. And this is very important. If you're going to go all the way and quit your day job to do your other thing full time that you've finally been able to monetize, you will not feel emotionally secure doing it until you set a foundation of math to re-rationalize your decision and create an updated emotional outcome. So for me, it took about 20 hours doing math on a spreadsheet to finally get myself to see this truth. I knew it was there, but I didn't feel it. So full disclosure, in October of 2016, when I first started selling my book, Legendary Flexibility, which was my first product, I made more in 1 month than in an entire year of working my day job from selling that product. But I still did not feel comfortable quitting my day job. I was still scared until 2 months passed and I did that math I'm talking about. That math included everything from time it took to drive to work, mileage, email time, prices of tires, food, storage, everything. I tracked every minute and dollar to determine that my day job was paying me about 20% less than my net income. It was actually costing me money to keep my day job, and it was taking away time doing the thing that I like to do most, which is train and write and make videos, which leads me to, why am I making this video right now? Well, today is the 5-year anniversary of me quitting my day job to make a living doing this thing I do full time. When I quit, I made a video about it at that time, and it's become one of the most popular videos on this YouTube channel, and it's the one that I've received the most appreciation for, which is another reason why I'm making this video in the first place. The advice I gave back then in that video for how I did it is the formula that I just spent the last few minutes telling you, the 6 steps that you need to take. That formula works. If you want to quit your day job and do the thing that you like to do full time, follow that formula. It works. The thing I did not tell you in that video was what it was like being self-employed. The reason I didn't tell you that is because I had just quit my day job when I made that video. In this second half of the video, I'm going to tell you what it's like to be self-employed and what to expect. Now that I've been doing the thing that I like to do, and making a living off of it for 5 years now, I can tell you the honeymoon phase is over. For all you people who are happily married, you know what I'm talking about. Things mature, you face new challenges and they change. The relationship is never the same at the beginning as it is later. You experience things and things just change. I've been with Sam for 10 years now, married, for most of that time, so I'm qualified to make that analogy. So should you quit your day job? Well, it might not be for you. So before you quit your day job, you might want to listen to the rest of this. Let's go back to when I finally took that plunge, when I went into my boss's office and I gave in my resignation letter. When I did that, I was nervous and fearful. And right after I walked out, I was not nervous and fearful anymore. It had just disappeared. I wasn't worried about money. I wasn't worried about anything. I was just really excited. Right after turning that letter, I was just simply excited. But that fear was still there. I just didn't know it was manipulating me without knowing it. So now that I'm reflecting on things, I can tell you that the first year of being self-employed is pretty weird. I was trying too hard to be super strict with myself. I would wake up at 4 a.m., I would work until 8 p.m., I was tracking my work hours in a bullet journal and progressively overloading the amount of work I was doing each day. I was fighting off the urge to nap because I could never nap before at work, so why should I allow myself to do it now? I was just a hard boss on myself. I had the expectation that I should be able to do twice as much work in one day now because I didn't have the overhead of my old day job. Also, I felt that any less than working 7 days a week was like degenerate or lazy. I didn't want to take for granted the great fortune that I've had of being able to make a living doing the thing that I like to do most. I felt lucky. I didn't want my luck to run out, so I almost felt an obligation to do more. I felt guilty if I wasn't working nonstop and making business progress daily. I would ask myself, why me? Why? And I wasn't allowing myself to take advantages of the perks of being self-employed because I saw those perks as indulgences. The thing is, those perks aren't indulgences, they're advantages. They're tools to be used not only to scale up, but create a stable foundation of a good, healthy self-employment environment. Before things got better, they got worse. So a few months later, I did crash. At that time, I had trouble committing to a routine. See, I'm a very routine person, but this was the first time in my life that I had trouble committing to a routine because I was struggling because there were so many more freedoms now that I could create almost any routine I want, which opened me up to creating bad routines. After the working 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. thing didn't work out, I started sleeping in until 10:30, taking a hot shower for 20 minutes in the morning, skipping breakfast, drinking coffee, staring at emails in my inbox, but not being able to make any decisions on how to respond to them because my decision-making faculties were atrophied, because my self-confidence was down, because I felt guilty about waking up late and taking hot showers and skipping breakfast. When I finally ate my first meal shortly before training, well, after I finished training, it'd be like 3 p.m. and I'd have my midday dip at that time. But I still felt guilty about napping, so I wouldn't do that. So I'd slog around a bit until like 5 p.m. when I realized that was when most people got off their work day, and then I would just feel confused. So that was kind of what my first year was like, two extremes. I was still getting shit done, but kind of haphazardly. So it's 5 years later, I don't have any of those problems anymore. I'm exponentially better at this. Your first year of training is different from your 5th year, because by your 5th year, you've had 5 years to get better at it. You know, I mean, you're going to face challenges, you're going to learn things. As long as you're consistent and try, then you're going to get better at it, right? Self-employment and making a living off of doing the thing that you like to do is the same way. If your experience of becoming self-employed is similar to my first year, if you do quit your day job, or you just have recently, if you go through that cycle like I did, you aren't alone. Remember, we spent our whole lives having a certain idea in our head what was a normal or appropriate cadence or rhythm for a day, and what a normal work-life balance is. When you quit your day job to do what you like to do full-time, there is no more work-life balance in the traditional sense. So much of that is not functional anymore, and so much of that you can't rely upon anymore or apply anymore. Forcing the issue makes things worse. You have to replace your old working habits with new ones. A good starting point for replacing your old working habits with newer, better ones, for all you who are newly self-employed, is also a good starting point for those of you who one day want to quit your job and do the thing that you like to do full time. And that is simply being aware that your work capacity can be subjected to self-study, and then basing your work choices, your workloads, your work habits, and eventually your work routines on what you find when you study yourself. Over the course of 5 years of being self-employed, my average wake-up time is somewhere between 6:40 a.m. and 8 a.m. I wake up naturally rested, and I don't feel late when I wake up at those times. To wake up at that time, I have to be in bed before midnight. Most nights I get to bed around 11 p.m., so why the fuck should I wake up at 5 a.m. because some hardcore sounding dude told me to?
So I wake up early. I wake up at 4:45. I like to have that psychological win over the enemy.
Been there, tried that, and it's not easy for me to do without cutting into my sleep needs. And then I crash at 9:30 a.m. and I don't recover until 3 p.m. anyway. So then I feel hungover for the rest of the day. It's a terrible, it doesn't work for me. And then why should I stop working at 5 p.m.? Because some entrepreneurial book, hate that word, tells me that I need to set work boundaries and stop work at 5 p.m. every day. Look, I began scripting this video last night starting at 6:15 p.m. and I didn't stop until 10:20 p.m. I enjoyed doing it. I didn't want to do it, but when I started, I got into flow. I did script this video, by the way, because I want to get my ideas clear and concise, and so you guys enjoy the video more. But earlier in that same day, I edited a video for 4 hours. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't want to do that either. But I forced myself to do it with some stupid tricks like Pomodoro rest breaks, which means I work on it for 25, 35 minutes and then I get up, and then cost-benefit analysis of the edits while I was making them, basically having the experience to ask myself along the way while I was working, is this necessary or am I being a perfectionist and wasting my time? I never did get in the flow in the video editing, I just had to grind it out. And that's the thing. Even though I cannot imagine living any other way than doing what I'm doing now full time, which is what I like to do most of the time, you're going to end up doing so much more of it than you ever had to do that you're going to not like it at all sometimes. I really dislike making videos sometimes. I dislike writing sometimes. I dislike training sometimes. I dislike a lot of what I do sometimes. That's the way life works. No matter what you do, you're not always going to like it all the time, and that's okay. And knowing that that is okay is an important part of growing up, and it's an important thing to learn if you're going to accept that your day job is the best fit for you, or if you're planning on working to one day quit your day job, or if you're just quit your day job recently. No matter where you are on your journey, that's an important thing to learn if you want to get the most out of that journey and go as far as you can. That's the foundation of any knowledge and understanding that you can gain on how to make a living doing what you like. That you will not always like it. And that's the thing I think is the most important thing in this video. Look, anyone can make a living doing what they like to do, but to do that, you need the knowledge of how to do that. And hopefully this video can help you get started doing that, or help you be aware of any blind spots you have on your journey.